Hey folks, welcome back to another speed build on a Monday because I like to keep you on your toes. And with me is my friend Lewis.
Hello, it's the friend Lewis. No one I've noticed, by the way, and I'm not about to go on some big tangent. I just want to say I've noticed that I don't think I've ever read my name spelled correctly in the comments. So
well, that's your parents' fault, isn't it?
I agree, absolutely. No, I'm not. Yeah, I think it's funny. I don't want to call anyone out. I think it's super hilarious. So keep it up. Keep coming up with more creative ways to spell my name.
This is a special build, or at least it was for me, because this is a base game plus free CC only build. So I'm hoping that this is my most accessible build so far.
Right.
And I had a really good time building since the House of Harlix is now complete with all the necessary rooms and non-rooms. So I'm just gonna say area to include the garden.
Right.
I've been wanting to do this, and I think Harry herself has also been wanting to do this. So that is gonna be a really cool thing that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, this is my take.
So what you're saying basically is that anybody who owns the game can download this build and play in it?
Absolutely. To be 100% truthful and transparent, this build uses the second part of her Octave set, which is going to be publicly released in 3 weeks. I just didn't want to hold off on posting this because of that.
You lied to me. I feel betrayed. No, okay, so it's gonna be all accessible and free CC in 3 weeks.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I think it's still fair to say that it's gonna be mostly free.
Right? And sometimes it's nice to wait for like a cool thing. It's nice to have some time to be excited about it until you get to use it.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with that.
Am I overselling it?
Yeah, you're absolutely overselling it. Way too much. I also, this is not going to be another tangent like I went on earlier. I've read a comment that said that I keep people from going to sleep. And I just want to say that today, I'm going to try not to keep you from falling asleep. If you're listening to this while falling asleep, I'm going to speak very quietly and slowly. I'm going to take it down a peg, and I wish you a good night.
Yeah, sleep well.
Sleep well. All right, let's get this party on the road. I'm kidding. Yeah, tell us something about this build. What inspired you?
Well, I wanted to build a modern and very playable, like gameplay-focused build.
Right. If you're gonna make something very accessible, you want it to be about the gameplay, right?
Right. So I've tried to put a few activities in, and I really like the modern approach because I wanted to really make use of the House of Harlix items, and those are, I'd say, mostly modern and Scandinavian inspired.
Right.
So I think the style of house fits that very well. I think it does look slightly beachy, and a lot of the things, like the photos I looked at for inspiration, were beach houses. And I think it really works for this lot somehow.
That's not a bad thing, right? I've never heard anybody say that they want less beach in their life. So
right.
I think you're fine.
I still tried to remove a little of the sea salt
from the air. Yeah, I gotcha. The beach feeling.
Yeah, as to not overdo it, because I feel like it can look very specific. And there's not really a beach here. I mean, there's that canal or river, whatever that is.
Right.
That you see in the background from time to time. But yeah, I still really like the color scheme and the materials, and I think it all went really well together.
Yeah, right. Man, I keep saying right today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh, that's because I'm right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start saying wrong. Like, you're gonna be speaking, I'm just like, you're dead wrong about this. And I've lost my train of thought. Topic change.
So this really allowed me to see the base game in a new light. Which I say having barely used any furniture from base game, because that just really does not agree with me. But yeah, it's just nice sometimes to limit yourself in a way that allows you to find some new appreciation.
Right, it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
You are living on the edge right now.
I said this on Tumblr already, but this was way less of a challenge than I expected.
Okay, so you're saying it was easier than you thought it would be.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because you kind of having less items makes you see a theme more clearly, and then it's easier to stick to that theme, or?
I think there just weren't so many fewer items. I barely use in-game items nowadays anyways, so it didn't make that much of a difference.
Right, I feel that, but I think it's still a really cool thing to do. Because I feel like building things because they look cool is one thing, but building things for a lot of people to use is also really cool.
Right, and I think that still looks very cool.
Yeah, that's not where I was going with that, but yeah, absolutely it does. I agree.
Although this was very much a trust the process kind of build.
I remember you starting out to build this and you weren't very sure about where it was gonna go.
Right, about an hour in, I thought about just scrapping it.
Right, but I'm glad you didn't.
Me too. So it really worked out fine, and sometimes you just gotta have that trust in yourself.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I've got a question to ambush you with, because that's what you like to do to me usually.
Right. Wrong. Wrong. Dead wrong.
So I just got a comment yesterday that said, I feel like it would be cool to make a build inspired by your friend, like his dream home or something. So I want to take this opportunity and ask you about your dream home.
Okay, this is a very tough question. I don't know. I was also, when you just were formulating this, I was thinking about whether just like where it should be located, right? Because that's also a big part of the home experience. And I think I'm more of a city person. I need the metropolitan vibe to feel at home. So I don't think it would be a house necessarily. I think apartment is like, okay, I would take a loft or a penthouse.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm a humble guy. You know, I don't need a lot. But I think it would be some kind of a loft situation.
Oh, interesting.
High ceilings. Oh, although you're gonna have spiders, man, and I don't want spiders. This is tough consideration. Okay, let's just talk about the aesthetics. I think it's gonna be like tall ceilings, not a whole lot of stuff in there. I kind of like the somewhat run down look, and then
what?
Well, I don't mean run down in the sense. No, you just
want it empty.
Not entirely empty, but like deliberately empty. If you know what I mean by that.
Oh yeah, I do that sort of thing all the time. I just didn't take you for somebody who was into like a minimalistic look.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am. I like free space, and also bricks on the walls. Not bricks on the walls. I want brick walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my vibe. Remember the one factory you did?
The shipyard?
Yeah,
I really love that. I might link that at the end of this video if you haven't seen it yet, dear listener.
Oh.
Well,
I'm also listening to you right now, so technically.
Well, yeah, I'll link it.
Okay. Either way, I think that kind of vibe, but like in a more metropolitan area, and maybe not as large. I don't need that large a space.
Well, you surprisingly need quite a lot of space to have something look empty.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. That's I was surprised by how much space you need for it to look empty.
I get that, but maybe because I don't want to feel lost, and I feel like whenever you already have the tall ceilings, and if you just have like very large rooms.
Yeah, you just want it to feel grand, but you want yourself to feel grand as well.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what it's all about, because I mainly just lie around on my bed. So I want a good bed. and then I want something like sparkly ceiling fixtures. I don't know what that means. I just put 3 random words together. I thought it made some architectural sense, but it didn't. So never mind then. Yeah, but there you go. Something like that. So if you're gonna build me a home, please do so in a metropolitan area and somewhere up high. It doesn't have to be up high, but I feel like a penthouse is always on the top, right? Is that what penthouse means?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I honestly wouldn't have guessed that that's what you like.
Shoot, I should have thought about asking you what you would think before answering myself, because now I can't hear your prediction anymore.
Well, too late. But I've actually got that one penthouse lot in San Myshuno on my potential build lists.
Speaking about your potential build list, do you want to tease what you're going to do next, or do you not want to take anything away?
Well, as I said in the last voiceover, the March patron poll was a tie.
I remember.
So there is still that second build, which is gonna be my next build. And then hopefully I can also fit the April patron poll winner into that month. Still, because this week I finally realized that it was time to admit to myself that the way I handle YouTube right now is not sustainable at all.
What part of it isn't sustainable to you? Is like the scheduling?
Yes, it's just way too much work for way too little time. I keep canceling on my friends, and every time a slightly bigger project on work comes up, I get really, really stressed trying to do both. And there's gonna be less working from home in the following months, and I'm gonna have to start commuting again. And it's not sustainable for me. It's not realistic.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I'll probably just move my schedule to 2 weeks instead of 1. It was an unofficial schedule anyway.
Right.
But yeah.
Because you guys, you gotta realize how much work goes into one of these videos. It's because, building this thing takes, maybe not this house in particular, but sometimes it takes up to 20 hours?
Well, I'd say 15.
Okay, let's say
this one took 8.
Right, okay, let's say you're on average 12, 13 hours for building. Then you've got to go through the entire video, you've got to cut it down, which also takes a lot of time. Then you've got to write the text, and then you've got to
do the recordings for the video tour, and then cut the video tour after you've found the music.
Right, which usually takes a very long time, right? Cutting the video tours.
Yeah, I guess recording them, but that's all. It's just me.
Yeah, no, I get it though.
I can't stop doing the video tour. I don't know what it is about that, but
it's difficult.
Yeah, there's just so many options. I guess I really fall in love with my builds, and then I want to show them from the best possible angle. And
then you get very perfectionist about it, and you gotta redo that shot and redo it again. So it takes time.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think the people,
the people of this land,
they will forgive you for this. I hope.
Oh, thanks. We have moved on to the interior. This is the kitchen.
This is the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your surprised tone.
Well, I was wondering, is it the small space between the windows and the wall? Oh, okay. No, I get it now. All right.
Yeah, I was trying to do a statement cabinet situation.
All right. What does that mean?
Well,
how do you access are these windows? Can you open them? Are they sliding windows?
I'm just gonna say yes, they are. You know, in your fantasy, everything's possible.
I think that's a good sentiment to make up for all the flaws of this game that you can make up for with your fantasy. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I've just really been wanting to use the brownstone modern steel frame windows in the interior. basically since they were released. And I thought this was a very cool modern approach to kitchen cabinets. So obviously, yeah, these would have handles and you'd be able to open these.
So you've placed a lot of glasses here. Okay, these are different types of glasses, so I'm assuming, like, say who would you think is living in this house? How many people? Like 4 tops? So you've got 4 people, they've got like 8 guests, and then they're drinking at least 4 different types of beverages together.
Wait, if you've had guests over yesterday and you've served them wine, and then you have guests over today and you will also serve them wine, and your dishwasher hasn't run yet, then you might need some...
My guests are not getting wine, they're getting Kool-Aid.
Warm Kool-Aid?
Sure, warm Kool-Aid. I don't care what kind of Kool-Aid. And they can bring their own glasses too. I mean, I spent all my money on a penthouse. You think I'm gonna have glasses? I don't think so.
Well, you're not the person I built this for, obviously. So I was thinking, this is supposed to be, as I said, a gameplay-oriented house. So this has 2 bedrooms. With a double bed each. I thought you might have parents and a kid, maybe a teenager, living here.
That makes sense. I feel like a teenager is always a good addition to a house because they, like, in the hormonal phase, they bring a lot of character to their space. If that makes sense, like, at all. Because I feel like kids' rooms, they more or less, they look very cool, but they look very similar because they have a lot of toys, there's a lot of color, there's gonna be some cool paint and stuff like that. But a teenager, you don't know where they're gonna go. They're like mad. So they're gonna bring whatever character into the house that maybe has not been in the house. And I think that's kind of cool. So is that a weird take?
No, that's very nice actually. I really appreciate that.
You are welcome. I feel like a fortune cookie, but instead of fortune, you get wisdom, and also mostly the wisdom is stupid.
And where's the cookie?
There's no cookie.
So you're just wisdom?
Yeah, and most of the time the wisdom is stupid. So
you're just stupid?
Yeah, I'm just stupid. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But that's the wisdom for today. So there you go. There's a lot of seats at that table.
It's 6.
So where do the other 2 guests sit that I've been serving my warm Kool-Aid for tonight?
Come on, haven't you seen the table outside? It has 8 seats.
Okay.
You know, this is a summertime having wine on the patio situation.
That does not sound like me at all. I do not own wine or a patio.
Again, this has not been built for you.
I don't understand. Why do you invite me to these things?
I think you're funny and I like talking to you.
Oh, okay. I thought I was getting houses. I'm not getting houses.
And I really like keeping people from sleeping.
Yeah, no, I agree with that naturally. I think we should disturb their peace as much as we can. So if you have been trying to fall asleep, wake up, man. Come on. This is prime content you're missing. Although it would increase the watch time if they fall asleep on like a playlist, they could like loop to the videos. No, you go ahead, you fall asleep.
You've really got my best interests at heart.
Absolutely. I don't understand how YouTube works at all.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think anyone has really. Maybe Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Is that her name? I don't even know if that's her name.
It sounded right.
It does sound right, but Suzanne, something with a W, I think. Yeah, Suzanne Webb. I've never heard her speak. I just have heard this name and it has been resounding to the halls of YouTube. But
well, I think I've gotten some emails from her.
Really? What's she been up to recently?
Well, she's always like, we've got this new creative policy and we really appreciate you and your content. And you're so valuable to us, Bella.
You think she handwrites these emails?
Oh, absolutely.
I would presume so, because there's simply no way YouTube would have the money to hire someone to write these emails. Especially not Suzanne.
That's not her name, is it?
I don't know if it's Suzanne. You should look it up.
I just looked it up and it's Susan, actually. Susan Wojcicki.
Oh, my bad, Susan. I didn't mean to mispronounce your name.
Yeah, I'm sure she's listening and she's very, very upset with you right now.
You'll get another letter from her. Apparently, she has also been involved in the founding of Google. So I am gonna retract what I said earlier about not having the money to have other people write the letters. I think that was completely inaccurate, and another stupid wisdom of mine.
Yeah, cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans, Google.
So Susan, if you see this and if you want to reach out, please don't. I'm very busy. I'm a very busy man.
Only 2, because I'm building things all the time.
Well, every 2 weeks now, so.
Again, I'd like to guide your eye somewhere.
Don't touch my eyes.
I wasn't going to touch your eyes.
Good. Just want to be very clear that no one's touching my eyes today, ma'am.
Okay, are you ready to look somewhere?
Sure.
Please look at the floor.
It is wood, and it's Harry's new floor, isn't it?
Well, how did you know about this?
Because I'm a fortune cookie. So.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed using it, and I love the combination of it with the pocket door. That's really cool. It gives it that certain openness, you know, that feeling of space
and time, and how we move through these intertwined and never just do one at a time. Absolutely, I get that totally too. I also think it's very cool having wood floor in the bathroom.
Right? I read somewhere the other day, might have been my own YouTube comments, might have not.
Okay, cool.
I think it was not, actually.
There's no serving of information here at all.
Yeah, net zero information.
Absolutely.
After you've listened to this, maybe you go out with a little less information, actually, than you went in.
You're losing information, which is a very difficult thing to do given the
equilibrium of
and the
information.
Entropy and all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got me.
So yeah, that people hate having wood in bathrooms.
Is that a duck painting? It looks like a duck. Because you see the eye and oh my god, that is so
shit.
cool.
Shit, I'm never gonna unsee that.
I'm sorry, what else is it supposed to be clearly as a duck?
It's abstract.
No, it's not abstract, it's a duck. So it might be a little abstract duck.
Oh god damn it.
Well.
It looks like that painting that's a duck and a rabbit, depending on which angle.
Absolutely,
no,
but there's no
which
rabbit. Which angle you look at it from.
Which, perspective your mind wants to take.
Right.
Oh, I do see the rabbit.
Oh yeah, I do see the rabbit now as well. Okay, but my mind goes to duck before it goes to rabbit every time.
Yeah, I mean, you are a connoisseur of ducks.
I don't exactly. I've never physically interacted with a duck before, which is a shame because I would love to high five a duck. If that's something they can do, I would teach them. That would be awesome.
Just clarifying, would the duck be using the wing to high five or the foot? Please clarify.
The foot, the little orange foot that goes tap tap tap.
It would jump a little to get to your hand, or?
They can fly, right? It would fly up to my hand and give me a high five.
Oh, belly forward.
Yeah, beak in the air, going quack, 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 high five, high five, high five. Triple. That's what we do.
Oh, good to know. Okay, yeah, you were saying?
Nothing. I was, again, not giving out any information. I was just being very pleased about the painting of the duck that I saw like a simpleton.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I would say if that's your favorite feature of this home, then I would say mine is the primary bathroom, which, as I tend to do, this entire upper floor is a suite.
Tell me about these couches, if you can even call them couches. They look like life rafts, and I dig it.
Yeah, they're the Mario Bellini couches that came with the living room. My favorite set of seating. They're always a grand feature, I think, immediately, whenever you put them somewhere. And when the sun comes through the glass roof, which is also kind of a statement piece, if one could call it that, in this room.
Absolutely, one could.
They look gorgeous.
They look expensive as well.
Yeah, they are.
But do you think they're comfortable?
Yes, most definitely. I've only heard great things, and they look incredibly comfortable in real life.
They do. Okay, they also look comfortable in The Sims.
Yes. So I really like this very spacious primary bedroom.
Right.
I feel like I put one of these in basically every build, just a very spacious room with lots of sunlight.
Yeah, I can imagine that being very nice. Although I do have to say that I don't necessarily enjoy the thought of waking up to sunlight in my face, which I think a lot of people really like, but I don't. I like to keep my blinds closed for the night and wake up whenever, and then when I then open the blinds or whatever, then the sunlight comes in.
Right, we should do like a poll on the community tab about that.
Okay. Who else likes waking up, getting kissed by the sun, and who doesn't?
Yeah.
Which I think it's just mainly gonna be me. I totally see that.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I just don't think that's true. I think a lot of people like to sleep in the dark. It makes sense, you know, it's like a biological thing, if I'm not mistaken.
But I feel like there's such a thing as like a circadian rhythm type deal, and maybe it's more healthy to actually like be woken up by this. I'm speculating here, but I feel like the science is bulletproof and I know it by heart. I'm kidding. Yeah, so is this kind of is this a makeup room?
This is a
walk-in closet
/
makeup room. Finishing each other's.
How?
Yes. Yeah, you got it. Okay. That's a cool thing to have, because I feel like that's also a cool room to retreat to. When you know the house is full of your 8 guests, you kind of need some space.
You're really wine drunk. You just gotta get away for a few minutes to focus.
Yeah, and then you go in the closet and you fall asleep half drunk.
Is that something that's happened to you, or?
Multiple times, yes. I also do have a walk-in closet, mind you, and I do use that primarily to sleep off my drunken endeavors. I don't drink. That might sound very insincere coming after the whole rant I just went on, but I rarely drink.
I'm just thinking this is not gonna be a very advertiser-friendly video.
Sorry, Susan, about that. But I have to agree with the point that you made earlier, because my favorite space now is also the bathroom. I also always think it's really cool to have like 2 sets of bathroom utilities.
Sinks?
Yeah, it's mainly sinks. You don't have 2 toilets. I do agree with that sentiment, but I feel like you could have 2 showers. That would be really cool.
Yeah, having 2 showers in one, that's
nice. Is so awesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's a cool thing to have. And I gotta say, I like the rug too as well. You definitely need a rug in a bathroom, and this is a good choice.
Well, thank you very much for agreeing, and thank you, watcher, for watching.
That's what you do.
Thank you for keeping us company.
Bye.
Bye.